Hey, what's up? Uh, in case you remember the topic we did yesterday, it was Gabriel Thalamide synthesis, but I made it very short. Why? Because it was just an explanation how the reaction take place. What now I am doing is the mechanism of the reaction of something that happened during the Gabriel Thalamide synthesis, right? So I'm about to explain you this mechanism, which is really interesting, really important, and something I personally feel really fascinated about, because this is what called mechanism of organic chemistry, right? So let's stop talking and get back to the topic. So like I have introduced to you, I'm about to do a conversion with every detail where a thalamide is converted into amine. So let me draw the thalamide first and then I will start what happened. So what happened here, you start a reaction with the thalamide. So in case you have problem understanding what thalamide is, let me first draw that. So this is two carbonyl group bonded to benzene with nitrogen in between and a hydrogen. So this is what called thalamide. This is what called thalamide, right? So it's called thalamide, not thalamide. Now just to start the reaction, what we need either NaOH or we need KOH. So what I will take KOH, but you can also take NaOH, right? So the reaction is started here with the thalamide and the very first reagent KOH. And now what happened? You understand that KOH has two ions here. One is a negatively charged OH and another is a positively charged K plus. And there the bond between nitrogen and hydrogen is also highly polar, and therefore nitrogen is having a partial negative and hydrogen is having a partial positive. So due to the basic nature of OH, this bond between nitrogen and hydrogen start breaking, and it result protonation of the this particular hydrogen. So what you come up here with the positive charge and nitrogen come up with the negative charge. So what I will do, I will let the OH interact with H, because this is quite natural. Why? Because quite basic and quite an acidic. So they form a water molecule. So the first byproduct that comes out, that is water, due to the interaction between OH and H plus. Now what you see, there is again O is having a negative charge and K is having a positive charge. So this will undergo right here, taking the place of the hydrogen. So you get your first development, and there you have. So this is your thalamide benzene. You have carbon, a double bond here, another carbon, a double bond here, and what you get? You get your N. Now N is bonded to K. N is bonded to K. So this is what the situation is. Now this is having a positive and this is having a negative charge. In the next step, what happened? It react with the major reagent, which is your alkyl halide. In case you remember from the yesterday lecture, actually thalamide and alkyl halide, these are actual reagent. Others like water and this KOH or NaOH, these are just a kind of substituents, right? So let's pay attention here. What happened? Again, this is a polar molecule. So what will, if the bond is broken, it forms a negative charge and R will form a positive charge. So what you need, interact K with the negative and N with this positive. So what you get KX, your very first salt coming out. So you get first byproduct here, second byproduct right here, and then R will take the place of the potassium. So you get third sequential development here, and this is what it looks like. It looks like a carbon double bond here, and it is like another carbon double bond here with with nitrogen now bonded to a alkyl group. Now bonded to a alkyl group. This is what? Now there is a positive here and it has a negative here. Then what happened? This molecule react with, second molecule of KOH. This react with second molecule of KOH. Right? And there is something important coming now. There is no proton here. So this OH will not act as a basic substance, but in K, it will, act as a nucleophile. So what will happen here? This is again a negative charge and K is again here a positive charge. Now you do know that the carbon is bonded to two of the most electronegative atoms. So due to that, it has a partial electron, polarization. So carbon is, in a need of electron. Carbon needs electron because oxygen and nitrogen, they both have polarized the electron towards themselves. So what will happen? This OH will result interaction with the carbon, but this will only happen when the bond between carbon and nitrogen is broken. You might ask, why not this bond? Why not this bond? This bond has a partial double bond, so this will not break. This bond may break because it has a weak bond, but it will result a back bonding, so double bond will be restored. So I am not putting you through a lot of burden, I am just taking through the straight way. So this bond will break and OH will attach to the carbon. So what will happen here? This is what happened. You get your next development right here, and you have a benzene. Now what you have? C double bond O, and this one is bonded to N with R, while other carbonyl is now have OH. Just pay attention, that's going to be very, very important. This has now OH. In the next step, what happened? In the next step, there is a proton transfer. I hope you do understand. There will be a proton transfer. What proton transfer mean? It means, just focus here. Nitrogen, since received the electrons, so it will definitely have a negative charge here. Now, in order to stabilize the nitrogen, the hydrogen from here as a positive charge will be moving towards the nitrogen. And as a result, K will substitute the hydrogen. K will be coming on right over here. So you will get your first H with the N. So what you are coming now? You are coming with this particular situation where carbonyl group now has a nitrogen and alkyl group with one hydrogen. Now the nitrogen will be neutral. On the other hand, this carbon will remain as a salt here. So this is what the next development is coming. So K has come over here, placing the H, substituting the H plus. This is what the next thing. Now what you need here again, you need to use the third molecule of KOH. Just pay attention. How many molecule of KOH we have used? 1. We have used 2, and this is going to be the third. But alkyl halide, just 1. Just 1. So now what will happen? Again, this OH will result attraction towards this carbon. Why? Because there is no place over here. So this will be moving now over here. Right? And in that case, the bond here will shift towards the nitrogen. So in order to, move the OH towards carbon, this bond will be breaking, like the earlier one I explained. So what's going to happen? You will have, OH right here, and this NHR will be coming out, as a, so this is what coming out, R, N, you have your H, right, with the negative charge. So this is what is coming out. Now what you need to do, I'm placing this negative right here. Now this is what you have remaining. So what I'm doing here, I'm placing them right here. So this is what the situation looks like. You have, OH now, and this carbon has already, a potassium salt. Now this is what the situation is. In the last step, what happened, since there is already a K plus here. There is already a K plus here because OH has been used right there. So this will undergo again proton transfer. This very same step will be occurring. So I'm writing here proton transfer. Proton transfer. And due to the proton transfer, this will be moving towards the nitrogen. And this will become your very first amine, RNH2. So this is your 1 degree amine, 1 degree amine. But along with that, a salt will be formed where hydrogen will be replaced by potassium. So this is what coming out to be finally. So you get carbonyl here with O and K. Another one similar way, C double bond O and K. Right? So this is your salt here. This is your salt. And this is your primary amine. So this is how, you know, the whole reaction. So this is how the so that's how the entire reaction take place. You know, I feel like this was really interesting. Do it from your side, and trust me, this will change your perception of organic chemistry, right? So you practice, let me know with your comment and all that, whatever you have to say. I've told you so many times, you can have everything, whatever you have coming up with your mind. You like, you dislike, you hate, you love, and whatever. So you are free to tell me, right? YouTube might not be, you know, letting you express your views, but in case you want, you have, you know, my email over there. You can comment back to me. You can, you know, contact back to me. So this is what the mechanism I wanted to do, and this is what the mechanism for the Gabriel Thalamide synthesis is. I would say thanks for watching. Take care. And this is already, you know, getting late. So I would say good night and take care.